Hi, my name is François Simon, and in this video I'm going to show you how to integrate SolidWorks to Dynamics Nav. The challenge when it comes to ERP integration is how do you transfer engineering data to the manufacturing? How do I translate my parts into item and my SolidWorks assemblies into BOMs inside NAV? With our integration, we are aiming to remove any duplicate manual data entry. So basically, data is entered only once in SolidWorks and then pushed to ERP. It only takes only 2 clicks to automate item and BOM creation from SolidWorks into NAV. Another key benefit of the NAV SolidWorks integration is that you will be able to eliminate errors. Manual data entry is very prone to errors, so adding the integration will make your data a lot more reliable, as basically you are going to remove any human errors during the integration process. Every ERP integrations are different. The NAV module has been productized so that it can easily automate the way that you are working. If some of the features you are looking for are not implemented into the module, those can easily be added on top of the module by using the scripting. With the Nav module, you will be able to automate the BOM and item creation in Dynamics Navision. You will also be able to run some live search and link existing items from Dynamics Nav with your SolidWorks parts or assemblies. During the export, you will be able to map custom properties with attributes of the item, also update existing item and BOM if those already exist, and then export preview image or links to converted documents. Let's see all of that into action and move to a live demo. From SolidWorks, I am able to run live search against my ERP. This could be used, for instance, to search for items that already exist inside Dynamics Navision and that I want to link with my SolidWorks parts. So here I can open the property pane, and from the property pane of custom tools I can open the search, the item search, which allow me to run a live search against items in NAV. I can select the corresponding item and then automatically attributes from the item will be copied as custom properties of my SolidWorks document. Let's mark this part as a purchase part. Let's assume that now I'm ready for the export, so I can click on export. And already at this stage we are pulling information from Nav, so I can select to which company I want to run the export. So here we can see that we have like different color. We have item in green that correspond to items that do not exist, and those in red. So here I can see that the description is missing for the one of the item, and then the description is too long for another one. So this is why I cannot run the export. Also, as we can see here, the category item for the top level assembly has not been defined. So let's correct those. So here I'm going to add a description here. So basically you can define that some of the fields can be like compulsory before you're able to run the export. So if the fields are empty, then you will not be able to run the export. And here also in Nav you can define some maximum length for the attributes. So we can also prevent the export if those criteria are not matching. Also the item here will be generated during the export, so I can select one of the item, the sequence number from Nav, which will be used to generate an item number during the export. Now I can save the assembly, and if I click again in export, so I will select the Nav company where I want to run the export. Now everything is green except that item 024, which is a purchase component, so it will be excluded from the item creation. So during the export, now I'm converting all the creating PDF for my drawings, creating the item and also the BOMs. Now the export has been completed, so I'm going to reload the profile to show you that the item number will also return during the export, and all the Nav item number will also return back to the custom property. For instance, here I can copy the item number that was generated for the top level assembly, and then I can search for that item inside NAV. So we can see here that we now have that item. So all the property were automatically mapped. We also exported the preview image of the part and a link to the PDF that was converted during the export. So all the items were automatically created, and now we can check the production BOM. So we can select here the socket front, and here we have the BOM that was automatically created during the export. If I now go back to SolidWorks, and I want to show you also how I can update BOM inside nav if changes are made inside SolidWorks. So I'm going to add a SolidWorks part into that assembly. Here. So now the SolidWorks assembly is BOM is different than what I have in nav. So if I go back to nav, if I click once again on the export, so we can see that one item was added to the BOM, and also the BOM will be updated inside SolidWorks. So I'm going to create one new item, and I'm also going to update the existing nav BOM for that top level assembly. So we can search for the BOM. So if I go back here for the BOM inside NAV, we can see here that the item was automatically added to the BOM. Focus on design, automate the rest. This is all what Custom Tool is all about.